Welcome to the reading of the Times Reporter newspaper for Monday, March 8th, 2021. My name is Pam and we'll begin our reading with the area deaths. Lola Irene Ensley, age 100, of Coshocton, passed away on Wednesday, March 3rd. Calling hours will be held on Monday, March 8th at 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Keene United Methodist Church in Keene, Ohio. A private funeral service will be held immediately following the calling hours at the church. Thomas W. Grimm, known as Bones, 86, of Dover, passed away on Thursday, March the 4th, at the Inn in Northwood. Funeral services will be held on Tuesday, March 9th, starting at 11 a.m. Interment will be at the Dover Burial Park, where the New Philadelphia VFW will conduct military graveside services. The family will be greeting friends 1 hour prior to the service on Tuesday. Due to COVID-19, masks and social distancing will be required. Sandra K. Banks, 62, of Freeport, passed away unexpectedly on Thursday, March 4th at her home. In keeping with Sandra's wishes, there will be no calling hours or services, and cremation will take place through the care of the Lynn Hurt Guy Funeral Home and Crematory at New Philadelphia. James Cook, known to others as Jim, Jimmy, and Jimbo, passed away unexpectedly on Tuesday, March 2nd. Services have taken place. Robert H. Douglas, 69, of New Philadelphia, passed away on March 3rd from complications of a heart attack. Services have taken place. Iona Laura Emmert, 82, of Dover, passed away March 2nd at the Community Hospice Truman House in New Philadelphia. Services have already taken place. Dwayne Cy Laughlin, age 91, of Floral City, Florida, and formerly of New Philadelphia, died Thursday, February 25th, in Highland Place at Inverness, Florida. A graveside service with military honors will take place Thursday, March 11th at 11 a.m. in the Evergreen Burial Park at New Philadelphia. Jack L. Phillips, 81, of New Philadelphia, passed away peacefully Wednesday, March 3rd in Community Hospice Truman House at New Philadelphia, following a period of declining health. That concludes the area deaths from today's online edition. Let's move on to our first article. Mayor, New Philadelphia's Comeback from Pandemic Underway, by John Baker. Mayor Joel Day says the grit, compassion, and resourcefulness of New Philadelphia was on full display during 2020 as residents and municipal leaders grappled with the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. Despite the chaos, confusion, and panic the pandemic brought to our city, New Philadelphians remained strong, Day says in his annual State of the City report, which was released this week. City residents did their best to follow the three main virus spread prevention protocols: wear a mask, wash hands frequently, and maintain social distance of at least 6 feet. That is why, by the end of 2020, the state of our city was improving and its comeback was underway, he said. The pandemic highlighted the importance of New Philadelphia having its own health department. The staff of the New Philadelphia City Health Department was thrust into new leadership roles, he said, and from my perspective as mayor, the skill and common sense they used to follow state and federal mandates limited the economic hardship in the city and allowed a degree of normalcy to return to daily life. Pandemic restrictions led to the closure of the swimming pool at Tuscarora Park and the cancellation of the summer showcase concerts and the First Town Days Festival. But people and organizations came up with ways to get residents out of the house, he said. Schönbrunn Village was able to safely hold a one-day food truck fest over Labor Day weekend, he said, and its 3-day Great Pumpkin Glow Drive through events in October attracted hundreds of carloads of people from around the county. In December, the city held a virtual Christmas lighting ceremony, streamed live on cable TV too. Then, to keep the Christmas spirit alive, the city and Newtown Mall hosted the first reverse Christmas parade, where vehicles drove through the mall's parking lot to view stationary parade units. The waiting line to drive through the parade route stretched all the way from the mall to downtown New Philadelphia. The mayor went on to note the many positive developments in New Philadelphia in 2020. New art-based businesses opened downtown. Ribbon-cutting ceremonies were held for two news businesses near Harry Cleaver Field on East High Avenue, Five Barrel Bullet Brewing Company, the city's first craft brewery, and East High Avenue Lube Stop. A new addition to the Tuscarawas County Public Library's main library on Fair Avenue opened in January, and a new video display sign was installed on North Broadway at the entrance to the library's parking lot. In midsummer, construction got underway on the first phase of the Southside Community Park. By December, a new entrance road off of Old Town Valley Road was completed, as well as a vehicle bridge across Old Town Valley Creek, 2 pedestrian bridges, and the city's first dog park. An official opening for the park is planned for this May. New Philadelphia was awarded $759,330 of a SAFER grant from the U.S. Department of Homeland Security to hire 3 additional firefighter paramedics. A new police patrolman was hired, the first in 20 years, according to Police Chief Michael Goodwin. That enabled the chief to assign a full-time detective to tackle the city's growing drug trafficking activity. The mayor concluded his report to commend the commitment to serve by members of the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees Local 1958, the Fraternal Order of Police, and the International Association of Firefighters Local 1501. Our city is blessed with department heads and employees who truly care about the welfare of New Philadelphians, Day said. Much credit must also be given to members of New Philadelphia's City Council and my fellow administrators for providing steady guidance and support throughout the year. We functioned as a team in 2020 and will continue that strong working relationship in 2021. This next article, Caddisman 69 charged with child sex offenses in Illinois. A 69-year-old Caddisman has been charged with committing sex crimes against children from the early 1980s through 1986 in Illinois, according to a news release from the Glendale Heights Police Department. Glendale Heights Police arrested Howard S. Jones on Tuesday. He was charged with 2 counts of aggravated criminal sexual abuse and 2 counts of indecent liberties with a child. The case began in October 2019 when 2 adult victims alleged that Jones sexually abused them while they were children at a home in Glendale Heights. All the parties moved from Illinois in 1986. Jones was taken to the DuPage County Jail. Fire damages shed and contents in New Philadelphia by Lee Morrison. A shed at Pioneer 360, formerly Pioneer Programming, in the 1450 block of 4th Street, Northwest New Philadelphia, was damaged by fire on Friday. No one was injured. New Philadelphia Fire Captain Matthew Graham said the 16 by 28-foot shed was about half full of contents that were heavily damaged. The company will provide an inventory before any damage estimate is determined for the supplies, records, and old equipment, he said, adding that it's insured. The shed sustained moderate damage. The fire of undermined origin started in a back corner of the vinyl-sided structure. The fire was under control within a few minutes of arrival of firefighters who used water to extinguish the fire. Firefighters were on the scene for about an hour, including doing investigation. Firefighters were dispatched at 4:46 p.m. and a total of 15 responded from New Philadelphia and Dover, along with a Smith ambulance crew. The business is located in the former Red Cross building after moving from 920 Boulevard, the address initially reported. However, as more information was obtained en route, firefighters went directly to the correct scene. And now, officials making plans to open water park and pools in Tuscarawas County by John Baker. In Tuscarawas County, 2021 may look more like a normal year than 2020 did, with water parks and pools open and festivals and fairs in operation. But there are still many uncertainties in dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic that could yet change the picture. Officials in Yerkesville are planning on opening the water park to visitors this spring, and New Philadelphia leaders hope to open the pool at Tuscarora Park. Both were closed last year. Yerkesville Mayor Mark Haney said the water park will open on Memorial Day weekend. The governor has given us a 30% capacity number, and that could change to even more, he said. I have instructed our managers to start the process of hiring lifeguards and to prepare for opening day. A 30% capacity, the water park could accommodate about 600 people a day. This year, the city will not be selling season passes since it cannot guarantee entry to pass holders. However, season passes from 2020 will be honored. Also, people will probably not be allowed to bring coolers into the park, but the concession stand will be open, operating under Ohio Department of Health standards, the mayor said. People will have to wear a mask outside the pool unless they are eating something, Haney said. We're putting a plan together on how to separate people. Some residents wanted the water park to open in 2020, but it would not have been practical because of the limited number of people who would have been allowed to attend. We took a huge hit on revenue, Haney said. The goal this year is to at least break even, to pay operating expenses, and make sure there is money to make payments on the water park loan for 2022. Money has already been allocated to make this year's payments, he said. We want to open for our residents, the mayor said. A lot of people were disappointed last year. In addition, it was rough on young people in the area who depend on summer jobs at the park to help pay for college. The park employs about 50 seasonal workers. New Philadelphia Mayor Joel Day said he plans to have Tuscarora Park fully open this summer, including the pool, the youth center, the RTY Summer Showcase, and the First Town Days Festival. That is, unless the state health department says otherwise, he added. The pool is expected to open on Memorial Day weekend as usual. No idea if there will be restrictions, Day said. That's up to the state health department and the governor. If the restrictions would be too onerous, as was the case last summer, we won't be able to open the pool. No decision has been made yet on whether the pool at Dover City Park will open this year. We're hopeful that we'll be up and running with our pool and also our summer camps, said Parks Director Scott Girls. Wendy Zakal, executive director of the Denison Railroad Depot, said plans are in the works to have the Polar Express running at the depot this Christmas, along with events at other sites, including the Colonial Trade Fair and the Jam and Food Truck Fest at Schönbrunn Village. Officials at the Tuscarawas County Fair Board are still awaiting guidance from the state on whether it can hold a normal fair this September. Last year, it was limited to junior fair events because of pandemic restrictions. We have plans in place for either way, said Fair Board member Doug Wills. We're certainly hoping we can have a traditional fair. Bolivar Village Council. Key action. Heard a public hearing for Street Superintendent Dave Franks has been postponed until the 7 p.m. April 5th council meeting. No details were given for the action. The public hearing will be held after the regular meeting concludes. The discussion. Mayor Rebecca Hubble said Franks requested a public hearing will be held at the April meeting. Hubble allowed comments from the audience with a limit of 3 minutes each. Many that attended the meeting spoke in favor of Franks and what a great job he does as street superintendent. A resignation letter from a former employee was circulated among those residents attending the meeting. The letter was not provided to the audience by village officials. Dwayne Flickinger, a resident, asked if the village has a job description or review employees' performance. We're not a bunch of goofballs, Robert Lloyd, councilman, said. We know what we're doing. It is different than in previous years. We have policies and procedures, manuals we must follow. We needed to address the situation. We do care about residents and your village. In another matter, the village is seeking resumes for the part-time position of village administrator. Maria App, current village administrator, resigned effective March 1st, or she will continue in that position until April 1st. The village administrator position consists of 15 to 20 hours per week with a starting pay of $17 to $18 per hour. In addition to the Ohio Revised Code, some other qualifications are required. Resumes are requested by March 15th and can be placed in the drop box outside the town hall at 109 Canal Street, or attention Mayor Rebecca Hubble, P.O. Box 117, Bolivar 44612, or email mayor@villageofbolivar.com. In other actions, Council learned the village has been named a Tree City USA. The village has earned this honor for many years. Accepted the resignation of part-time street employee Nathan Alexander, effective immediately. Heard the inside water meter installation is near completion. Some commercial meters will be installed after the inside meter project is completed. Restoration of properties affected by the meter installation will begin when the weather permits. Heard the police is seeking information on body cameras. Police Chief Randy Haas said the severity of the calls have increased in the village. Heard the fire department will provide CPR and ADE training for village employees. Passed an ordinance to edit some articles of the Policies and Procedures Manual. And in other information, at a previous meeting, the police have received its final certification for the Ohio Collaboration Group 1, which is a policy driven through Lexipol. The second certification is an executive order to apply for any federal grants that might be available for the police. Christine Stump is the new Bolivar Library Branch Supervisor effective January 1st. A summer reading program will be held along with other activities. The next meeting will be April 5th in person at 7 p.m. in the Bolivar Fire Station Social Hall. District champions among area wrestlers headed to the state tournament. Sandy Valley qualified 7 wrestlers for the state tournament and finished as the district runner-up in the Division III wrestling tournament that concluded at Coshocton High School Saturday night. The top 4 placers in each weight division advance to the state tournament at Marion Harding next weekend. The 5th place finisher is a state alternate. The Cardinals tallied 149 points to finish second to champion Barnesville's 175. Pleasant was third with 142 points. Brody Marks was the district runner-up at 132 pounds, as was Cameron Blair at 195 and Wyatt Moyer at 220. Brandon Boggs, 106, Brock Moyer, 138, Devin Watkins, 152, and Matt Gentry, 170, all finished 4th, but will also be wrestling next week. Meanwhile, Newcomerstown Logan Hersey won the 138-pound title and is now 45-0 on the season. He pinned Aiden Alio of Columbus, ready in 3 minutes 17 seconds in the championship match. Newcomerstown teammate Colton Meek took 4th at 160, and fellow Trojan Jordan Sanders finished 4th at 195. Coshocton's Ethan Dixon was the district runner-up at 120 pounds to give the Redskins a state qualifier for the 11th consecutive season. Malvern's Johnny Walker finished 4th at 120, and Ridgewood's Jesse Maple was 4th at 126, while Tusky Valley's TJ Wilson is a state alternate at 126. Division 2. West Holmes had 4 individual state qualifiers as the Knights finished 5th with 105 points in the 43-team field at Gallia Academy. The top 4 placers in each weight division advanced to the state tournament at the Marengo Highland next weekend. The 5th place finisher is a state alternate. Mason Tyler was a district runner-up at 113 pounds, as was Dylan Stouse at 132, while Tucker Kaufman was 3rd at 138, and Brady Smith was 4th at 106. Elisha Baldridge is a state alternate at 195 after placing 5th. Carrollton finished 6th with 97 points, as the Warriors had 3 state qualifiers. Carrollton freshman Colton Barker won the 106-pound championship by pinning Connor Norris of Minerva in the 2-minute 12. Carrollton's Josh Carman finished 3rd at 113, as did Levi Pigeon at 120. Indian Valley's Isaac Meese was a district runner-up at 120, and Tyler Beckley was 4th at 132. State alternates are Leroy Stagel, 113, and Quake Beatty, 126. Claymont's Seth Ferguson was a district runner-up at 182, and teammate Connor Harlan finished 4th at 170. New Philadelphia's Logan Ort was 3rd at 220, and teammate Drake Gammersfelder is a state alternate at 160, while Dover's Brandon Kaiser finished 4th at 152. Meanwhile, Fairless's Max Kirby won the 152-pound title in the Division II district at Perry in Lake County. Kirby pinned Anthony Trevisono of Lake Catholic of Lake Catholic. In our next article, United Way campaign tops $600,000. The United Way of Tuscarawas County celebrated the conclusion of its 78th annual fundraising campaign with a virtual award ceremony sponsored by Cleveland Clinic Union Hospital. Bob Alsop, superintendent of Buckeye Career Center and 2020 United Way campaign chair, announced a record-breaking campaign total of $604,439.98. This is an amazing total. As a person who was born in Tuscarawas County and has spent most of my life in this area, I am not surprised. I have seen this county pull together time after time. This campaign is no different. The pandemic has created uncertainty and great need, stated Alsop. It would have been understandable for the people of our area to hold back and conserve resources, but residents gave more than ever before. They dug deeper to help their neighbor. Included in this total is over $82,000 donated to the COVID-19 Community Response Fund. This fund ensured the county's most vulnerable families and individuals had the support to weather the crisis. Proceeds from the United Way campaign will also provide funding to 18 area health and human service programs and special grants focusing on building a sustainable community. The organization reported that over 1,000 tax returns were completed free of charge to county residents, and over 15,000 books were delivered to Tuscarawas County children through the Ohio Governor's Imagination Library in 2020. It was also announced that the United Way of Tuscarawas County decided to forego awarding an individual for community service and instead salute the employees of the Tuscarawas County Local School District for the extraordinary dedication and service to the students of the county. We are proud to announce the presentation of the Above and Beyond Award to the county's school employees, stated Robin Waltz, president of United Way of Tuscarawas County. We at the United Way believe that these school and agency employees should be considered heroes. Educating our youth is a rewarding but also difficult endeavor when you add a pandemic to the process. The challenges become more acute and more complicated. These school districts and educational agencies in our county have met these challenges head-on and have given their very best to provide quality instruction and opportunity to our county's youth. A number of local companies and organizations were presented with awards for their contributions to the 2020 campaign. Leadership Circle Awards were presented to the businesses and organizations with outstanding overall employee and corporate giving. These included Adventure Harley-Davidson, AEP Ohio, Albin Title, Allied Machine and Engineering, Andrea's Furniture, Cleveland Clinic Union Hospital, Dominion Energy Ohio, Dover Chemical, Dover Philadelphia, Federal Credit Union, Family Office Equipment, Fenton Brothers Electric Company, First Federal Community Bank, First National Bank of Denison, Grandel, Harcatus CAO, Hunting National Bank, LJ Smith Incorporated, McInturf Realty, McKinnon Insurance, Metal Masters Inc., Park National Bank, Parkway Auto Group, R&J Cylinder and Machine, Rhea and Associates, Society for Equal Access, ILC, Superior Clay, Timken, Troyer and Associates, Tusco Display, United Parcel Service, and Wendy's. President's Awards were presented to companies that recorded a 10% increase in giving. These included Adventure Harley-Davidson, Andrea's Furniture, Barnett Realtors, Buckeye Career Center, Cleveland Clinic Union Hospital, Dominion Energy Ohio, Dover Philadelphia Federal Credit Union, Family Office Equipment, First Federal Community Bank, Fitzpatrick Zimmerman and Rose, Garraway Local Schools, Harcactus CAO, Huntington National Bank, Kent State University Tuscarawas, McInturf Realty, McKinnon Insurance, Metal Masters Inc., Mobile Meals of Dover, New Philadelphia Inc., Park Street Pizza, Parkway Auto Group, Rhea and Associates, Society for Equal Access, ILC, the Commercial and Savings Bank, Timken, Troyer and Associates, Tuscarawas Clinic for the Working Uninsured, Tuscarawas County Chamber of Commerce, Tuscarawas County Employees, Tusco Display, and Wendy's. The Pioneer Award, in recognition to a business or organization for showing commitment to the community, by holding their first United Way campaign was presented to Albin Title, Eagle Machinery and Supply Inc., Ferris Chevrolet, Buick Cadillac and Toyota, Newton Asphalt Paving Inc., and Warther Cutlery. And that concludes the reading of the Times Reporter for Monday, March 8th. My name is Pam. Thank you for having me in your home today. Stay safe, be blessed, and you know what to do. Make it a great day.